Hi, welcome back to another episode of Bake and Make. I'm Angela Capeski. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this lovely high heel cake. Okay, first what we need to do is make the high heel. I've already pre-made it here. And what I've used is a high heel cake kit which you can buy from any cake shop, and it includes all the necessary tools there. And just follow the instructions that's given. And it's quite easy as that. So you can decorate it with any colour you want. I've used a little decoration at the front there, and I've put a pink insert there for the sole as well. So just leave that to dry overnight. Okay, what I've got here is a 9-inch cake, and I've got 4 layers there, and I've cut the tops off each one. So I'm going to be using white chocolate ganache. You can use buttercream if you'd like. So I've just got a board here, and we're going to put some of that ganache on the board so we can stick our cake onto that board there. So just using a knife, I'm going to take some of the ganache and spread it over the board. Spread it all the way to the edge. Don't use too much here. Just enough for that first layer to stick. So we'll just spread it through there, just like that. And then we're just going to take one of the layers and just place it down onto that board and push it down so it's secured firmly. Ice each layer all the way to the end, and ice around the sides as well. I'm using chocolate ganache here for the outside, and I'm just going to take a knife and I'm just going to spread this ganache all the way around on the side of the cake, as you can see there. Okay, I've ganached all the way around, so just using a knife, just spread it. It doesn't have to be too neat here because we're going to be working on that later on. So just give it a generous amount all the way around. Place some ganache over the top and just spread that around evenly to fill all the gaps there, all the way to the end so it's nice and smooth. Okay, we've got the cake here, and what I'm using is a scraper. So we're just going to scrape it all the way around. If you don't have one of these, you can use a knife, but this just gives it a clean finish. So just using a knife, just scrape off your excess there. And we're going to go all the way around with this. Just keeping it straight and push it down all the way. Okay, as you can see here, we've got the edges up the top there, some excess, so we're just going to take our scraper and just push down and bring it back to the center and remove that excess ganache there. And just do that all the way around until we get a nice clean finish. Okay, so you can see here I've done it all the way around. And we're just going to finish it off. Just make sure that your scraper is clean and just go all the way around so you get any marks away from that section. Okay, I'm using pink fondant today. You can use any colour. So just use some icing sugar and a rolling pin, and we're going to roll that fondant out into a nice round circle. Let's roll it out. Okay, I've got the cake here. I've used some water, just enough for the fondant to stick. So we'll just lift up the fondant and we'll just gently place it over the top. Make sure your hands are clean, and then just smooth it out and secure the edges so it doesn't rip. Just go all the way around. And there we go. So I've got an acrylic smoother here. So just push down gently all the way around And we're just going to smooth out any imperfections there and on the top as well. Okay, I've covered a 15-inch board here, and I'm going to use some royal icing to stick the cake to this board, and I've put a ribbon around the outside as well. So just place a little bit of royal icing in the center there, not too much, and then just using a knife we're going to spread it out enough so there's enough there to stick that cake to this board. So just spread it out just like that. Okay, now taking a knife, I like to use a knife to lift this cake up so it doesn't make any marks in it. So just place the knife underneath the cake there and lift it up. Using your fingers, just transfer it over into the center and place it down. Just use the knife again there and place it down. Okay, I've bought some lace here from any fabric shop. You can use any decoration, but I just chosen to use this lace here. So I've got some sticky tape, and we're going to place that lace all the way around to the back of the cake, just like that. I'll just turn the border around so you can see it better. So just line it up, and then we'll just grab some sticky tape just like that. And just pull it enough and then just stick it there on the back, and that's going to go on the back part just like that. Okay, what I've done here is I've just cut out a round black circle for the mat, and I've put 2 skewers in there so it can hold the heel up. So I'm just going to use some sugar glue and put a bit of sugar glue underneath the heel, enough for it to stick, and we're just going to position it on those 2 skewers so it's not touching the cake or making any indents in the cake. So there we have it, our beautiful high heel cake or stiletto cake. You can decorate it any which way you wish. So I've done this cake here without any of the decorations, but I'll show you in the next picture a few different variations on how to decorate this cake. So thanks for watching the video, and if you liked this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next week.